Alright guys, if you want the chance to win this prototype World War II German soldier from this D-Day mock series, all you have to do is leave a like on the video, comment down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Basically guys, this episode is going to be packed with some great stuff. We got a lot of progress on not only the minifigures themselves, but if you see back there, those bags, we got about 2 or 3 Bricklink orders in, and one of them is all the replacement parts for the Flak. As you guys know, I ordered an original Bricklink order and it got lost in the mail, of course, and so I basically ordered all the parts again from another seller, got those in. Hopefully there's everything there. Then we've got the parts over here to finish up the Flak 88. So that's going to be our first thing we're going to tackle. We're going to get that done and start playing with it and where we should put it up there on the mock. I'm going to show you guys what I got done on the German minifigures. We've got all the fronts and backs printed, and we're just cruising along, guys. So let's go talk about all the parts I got in this week, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, let's talk about all these parts that I got in over the past couple days. I actually got these Thursday and Friday, I believe it is, and you guys I'm filming this on Saturday night. So all these parts I got in, we'll talk about these minifigures down here in a second, but let's get over and talk about all these different parts I got. So let's just start going through them. So first off, I got a bunch of different flame pieces. So I've got a variety of them. We've got them in 2 different colors. If you can kind of tell by the light there, there's a darker trans orange and then a lighter trans orange. So we got a combination of some of those. Got a chain piece in there we'll use for barbed wire. So we got those. We've also got some of the larger ones. These are from probably like a Ninjago set or something, but you've seen me use these in explosions before. I had a couple on hand, that's where I've used them, but I've never actually ordered them. So I ordered, I think there's almost 10 in here, like 2, 4, 6, 8 in here actually. So got some more of those. These should work out very nicely for the explosions and the craters and whatnot. So glad I got those. Get this out of the way. We got like 250 of these trans red studs. These are really cheap. These studs are normally around a penny a piece, and I think there's 300 or so in here, so it's like $3. And this will be used for the blood detail for all the wounded and dead soldiers on the beach and then on top of the mountain. So that's what these are going to be used for. We've got some more studs here. These are just white studs. These will be used for, we'll put a white stud and then stack a couple clear studs on top of each other, put them down on the mock, and it looks like bullets are hitting the ground. I did that in the last mock series, let's see, no, did I do it in Sinai? I think I did a little bit, but I started doing this in Battle of Peleliu. That's the one I was thinking of. So I think there's like 100 in here or something like that. So I got the white studs here, and then I ordered a couple hundred of the trans clear ones because I don't have a whole lot of those on hand. So we're waiting for one more order, but that's what these are for. Let's see. We got some more chain pieces once again for barbed wire. I was in the Bricklink store and I looked just because, you know, I can never have enough barbed wire assemblies for this mock. So I grabbed some more chain pieces. There's probably like maybe 5 of them in there. They're kind of expensive parts, but I bought them out. I think he only had 5, so I bought those from him. Then these are the parts for the Flak 88. So we've got some 1x6 plates in dark bluish gray. Now some of these obviously there's like 20 in here, but there's not going to be 20 used on one Flak 88. I just happened to buy them out because these are very common parts for custom kits, so I figure I'd kind of stock up, and they were really cheap. So here's a bunch of 1x6 plates in dark bluish gray. Let's see, let's do this bag. In here we've got some 1x4s in dark bluish gray. These are tiles. And then we got some black 2x2 tiles with a stud in the middle. Once again, these are going to be used for the legs of the Flak 88. Moving on, we've got some more dark bluish gray parts. These ones are some 1x1s with the clip pieces on the end. And then we also got some different Technic plates. Once again, those are going to be used to connect the legs to the main body of the Flak. So you'll see how those are used coming up towards the end of this episode. Then we got some Technic bricks, some 1x2 bricks with the hole through the center, along with some black brick modified pieces. They have the stud on all 5 sides, or all 4 than the top. So we got those. And last but not least, this one has a variety of little bar pieces in it. We've got some 6 stud long bars. We've got some lightsaber bars that are in black, and we've got some of these connector pieces. Those connector pieces I don't think are actually for the Flak. I just picked them up in the store because I saw them, and they're really common, like I said, for custom kits. So that's all the parts, guys. I'm going to talk about the minifigures while we're set up right here because I got some good lighting going on. So I went ahead and prototyped all the German figures for this episode. So like I talked about in last week's episode, we talked about the Americans in last week's episode. This episode is strictly going to be talking about German minifigures. So basically where I left off with the Americans is I printed, I can actually grab one right here. So for example, this is the Rifleman American. So I printed the front and back. I still got to print the side legs. That's where I got with the Germans. These ones are prototypes, but I have off camera here, for example, like here's a bunch of the SMG machine gunners. And basically what I have done on these guys as well is I printed the front and the back. I still got to do the side legs. So all the figures are done except for the side leg printing. Another thing, I did order all the different heads for not only the Germans but the Americans as well. So all that should be coming in the next 2 weeks. That one's coming from Germany, so that's going to take a little bit longer being an international order. However, this is what the prototypes look like. None of these have back printing. These were just kind of, you know, test designs more or less. So we'll go over these briefly with you. So I'm actually going to zoom in for you. So starting off, this is the Submachine Gunner. So he's got his MP40 pouches, his boots, and then of course no back printing for these prototypes. But for example, if I grab, like this is the actual production one, like there's the back printing on him. So like I said, they will have back printing. These ones, just for my testing purposes, before I started printing them, I only printed the fronts. So this is the Rifleman here. So he's got the Car 98 pouches on the front there. And then on the back, he'll have kind of a similar torso with the gas mask canister. Here's the officer, so he's got a little pouch there, and then his holster on his chest there. And then my favorite is the, oh, we got a tan plate attached. My favorite is the machine gunner there. So he's got his ammo belt there. And overall, I'm very happy with how these turned out. Sorry, my video card cut off. I just was saying these are very simple designs, and I think they look really good. I think the dark bluish gray and then the yellow skin color looks really good. I think it's a very nice contrast. And then the black and dark bluish gray. Actually, it's not even a dark bluish gray. I kind of went for an old gray. If you look at the boot printing there, see how close I can get. There you go. You can see down there the boot printing. I went for an old gray to switch things up. I think overall the black, the dark bluish gray, and then the yellow contrast looks really good. They will not have all the same faces here, as you can see. They'll all have different faces. So each class will have its own different face. So if that was a question one of you guys might have had, there's your answer. So that's the figures, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which one's your favorite? Do you like the look of them? I think they turned out very clean and pretty dang good looking. So with that being said, guys, let's go build this Flak 88. Alright guys, so it's the next day. This is what I've gotten done so far on the Flak 88s. Like I said, I'm building 2 of them. So here you can see 2 bases for them, and then 2 of the main guns here, and then these are the little seats that the minifigure will actually be able to sit on. Basically, I've got them almost done. This is all extra parts, but I was missing 4 crucial parts to them. They were 2 bracket pieces like this technical one here, but it looks like it's like 3 long and then it's like an arch. It looks like a half or like a quarter circle, and I need 2 per, so I really only need 2, but I need 4 because I'm making 2 of these. But I don't have those, and without that piece I can't actually attach it to the mount itself. But you can kind of start to get an idea of what this Flak 88 is going to look like. So, however, I ordered those right away, so they're coming from the US. They should be here by next week's episode. I don't know why. I could have sworn I had bought them. I guess I had missed them. But basically, all we really needed for this episode was the base. So we can start playing with this, see if it fits in the bunker area itself or where it looks best. I'm not going to put anything set in stone, so let's go over to the bunker and see where this looks the best. So let's go do that now. One other thing I wanted to mention before we go over there to the bunker, I could have sworn that these bark speeders had that piece. I was wrong. They have this piece, which is what I already have, not the piece I was looking for. So I'd actually gone back into my closet, pulled out all my old Lego sets, and was looking for those pieces because I only needed 2 of them. And then I looked on BrickLink to see what sets came out with those pieces, and a lot of the sets that I used to have I already sold, so I don't really have a good way of finding that piece. So I ordered it, should be here. I already paid for it, so it should be shipped by Monday, and I should get it in maybe 3 or 4 days, so it should be here by next week's episode. So we should be good to go there. But I did want to mention that looking on your old Lego sets, temporarily taking them off is what I do quite often, so that's a little tidbit for you guys. I've done that all the time, so that's why you might see some of my Lego sets kind of cobbled together, is because I'm always constantly pulling parts off of them. So let's go take a look, see if this fits in the bunker. Alright guys, so I got you on the tripod all the way up. So we've got our Flak 88 base here. So what we had talked about before is, like, the very first thought was we were building this to put some kind of artillery mortars, and then I thought of the Flak 88 to go in there. Now, before we had the Flak 88 like I do now, or at least part of it, we had also talked about possibly moving it back there because it would be too crowded to be put in there with all these minifigures running around. So there's kind of two options. One, if this fits, then we might consider putting it there. If it's too tight, we also might consider putting it up there and then filling this with ammunition and maybe wounded soldiers and other munitions of sorts. So let's go ahead and see how it fits. Okay, so you know, this is the first time I've done this, so I'm just going to talk out loud. So it doesn't fit directly like this, but I could turn it sideways like that and it fits in there. So I'm going to just raise the camera up for you guys so you can kind of see. So it can fit. I don't know how much larger this will get once we have it completely built. So I guess this is, so that's what it looks like in there. And then if we moved it, let's say, over there, I'm really starting to like the look of it back there. But if we want to keep the MOC kind of symmetrical, it'd look better in there. So this is kind of an up in the air discussion, guys. What do you think is best? Is to put it down there or up there? I'm personally going to wait till we have it fully completed so we can really see what it looks like, because I have a feeling it'd look really cool in there with the gun sticking up over the grass. But let's see what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm not going to do a poll in this video, but we will be voting in the next video when I have it actually completed, so we can actually get a real-time look at what it actually will look like once it's completed. But I wanted to at least show you guys what it might look like, so that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have those pieces on hand. I ordered them. Hopefully those will get shipped this Monday, so we should get them by next week's video. So I wanted to show you guys that. We have a couple other things to talk about in this week's episode, so let's go do that right now. Alright guys, one random update I wanted to let you guys know, that the World War II German minifigures, the standard Riflemans that I sell on my website, if this will focus up for you guys, and the Americans there. So these two guys, obviously they have M1 pot helmets and Stahl helms, but these are back in stock. They got back printing as well. I just want to let you guys know these are on the website right now. I got 15 of each. I just made those over this weekend. So those are back in stock if you guys were curious, and if you can't wait for those next figures, there is some options out there on my website. Link in the description. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Building D-Day in Lego. Unfortunately, we didn't have all the pieces we wanted. I kind of figured something like that would happen. There's no real way I could have double checked unless I went through all the orders and all the personal parts that I went through, and I didn't feel like doing that. But like I said, those parts should be in by next week, so we should be good to go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about where you think the Flak 88 will look the best, either inside the bunker or out behind it on that hill. I'm personally up in the air right now. I'm not too sure what will look best. Like I said, I want to get it personally completed first, then go back, take some pictures and video for you guys, and then have you guys vote, and we can see which looks the best with, you know, it completely being done. So that's what I'm waiting on. We got all the German minifigures pretty much done except for the side leg printing. I'm actually going to do that today. So we've got all 4 of those. Here's 2 right here, and then same with the Americans. We've got those done. We've just got to print the side leg, so I'm going to be working on those. So what you guys can expect for next week's episode is, if the parts come in, the Flak 88 will be done, and that'll be a big video because we're going to be voting on that, and then all these minifigures should be printed. However, next weekend is Bricks by the Bay. I will be there. That's a Lego convention in San Jose, California. So I'm gonna have to pre-record the video, so hopefully that these get here in time so I can actually show you guys something. But if not, it'll be pushed back another week. But wanted to let you guys know I'll be talking about that more this coming week. So Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Once again, if you want the chance to win one of these original prototypes of the German minifigures, all you have to do is leave a like on the video, comment down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys in the next week's episode. Make sure you check out last week's episode right there and the complete playlist right there, and subscribe right there so you don't miss next week's episode. See you guys later.